Hello, hello. It's kind of a surprise stream because I missed last Sunday. So yeah, I'm here. Mike says, hello, Miss Mara. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Surprise! I'm online. But yeah. Jamal says, hi, ma'am. Hello. All right. I just finished filming some stuff and I'm kind of decompressing for now before I go to dinner. Mike says, I'm so excited to be here to see you. Aw, yay. Have you checked out my newest and latest unboxing video? It has leather gloves in it. Jamal says, how are you, ma'am? Doing well, being busy. Blair says, hey. Hey. Nelson says, hi, Miss Mara, happy hump day. Hello, hello, happy hump day to you as well. I'm actually gonna raise this just a tad and see how it goes. One moment, one moment. All right, there we go. That's actually better for me. Okay. Cool. Alex says, awesome to see you live during normal European time. Laughing face. Yes, yeah, as I was just saying, I actually just finished filming stuff. I have another collaboration coming out on Saturday, and that one's going to be more kink oriented. But I tried to make the unboxing that I released today kind of, you know, geared towards you guys. I wore leather pants and leather gloves with the rose bodysuit outfit. So, okay. There we go. And Nelson says, I finally made it to your live show. I finally am live streaming. Usually my birth month is pretty busy. Like, this is less busy. It's a little less busy than normal because usually I would be traveling more. But that's another thing. Like, I might miss this coming Sunday because I'm going to travel locally. So I don't know, I figured I should just get one of these in. Hang on, this is bothering me. Okay, there we go. Mike is asking, have you got a chance to watch Walt Disney Pictures Presents Cinderella with Lily James via Hulu? No, I have not. I haven't been keeping up with a lot of Disney stuff because they're literally just pulling stuff like they're just rebooting. They're making every single thing live action now, and including villains. And similar to the, what is that thing called? Similarly to the superhero phenomenon, I'm kind of tired of it. And I'm all about the 2D hand-drawn animation. Like, 3D is fun, you know, you get like visual effects that you would never get, you know, with hand-drawn, but there's a charm to it that's really unparalleled, and you could really see the talent of drawing from that era. Like the 90s to 2000s, you know, Disney movies are always going to have a special place in my heart because of that. So, yeah. Blair is asking, how are you, mistress? I'm doing well. Da Vinci says hello. Flip Flop says hello, goddess, with 2 bowing emojis and a smiley face. Blair's asking, do you have leather or latex beside you? No, I do not. Alex says, giving the people what they need. Maybe, I guess. Smiley face. Dustin says, are you into diapers? I am not. Am I into giving diaper play to adult cis males? Yes, very much so. Actually, and females. ABCD says, would love to see your heels, ma'am. You can tip me by giving me a super chat or super sticker in order for me to do that. Because I'm barefoot right now and I can pop on any type of, you know, heel. And wield a whip. Let's see. Nelson says, how was your birthday, Miss Mara? Happy belated birthday. Thank you. My birthday was awesome. I'm still celebrating. Like, I went out to dinner last night with my pup, so that was fun. I didn't post any photos of that yet, but yeah, I'm going to have another dinner tonight and then dinner on Friday and into this weekend, so it's going to be a crazy month for me. Not crazy, but like, you know, celebratory. Matthew says, hello, Miss Mara. Hello. Blair, I think I answered your are you wearing socks question. I'm barefoot. Dustin, yes. Alex says at ABCD, I guess some money would seal the deal, winky face. Yeah, Alex got it. Graham says, hoping mistress is well. Red heart, I am. Thank you. Hope you all are as well. M Black says, hi, Miss Mara. I've just joined. Are you barefoot? Yes, I am. Also, you guys, so you know how I have my 2 YouTube tiers? And you know how I have all of these wonderful kinky Mara emojis that I've created for you all to use who have joined? Well, I just need another member to join to be able to upload another Mara emoji. So, who wants to do it? And you can do that by hitting the or clicking the $sign underneath the chat. It looks like this, and you just say join. So yeah. Chisato says, hi, mistress. Hello. And ABCD says, can you show without wearing them, ma'am? I'll select a pair and send a super sticker if that's okay. Actually, it works the other way around. You send a super sticker, then I'll take my camera and go over to my shoe shelf and we can select something from there. And it has to be a super sticker or super chat of $5 to $10 minimum. Tommy is asking, what age do we need to be at least for a session? 18, 21 preferred, but 18. And if you do look young, if you speak young, I will be asking for your ID, of course. Chisato-san asking, how are things going? Going well. I'm popping online for a little bit since I missed last Sunday, and I may miss this coming Sunday. I'll try not to because I'll be out and about in a beach town, so that's going to be exciting. And I'm going to be leaving for dinner in a bit. Blair says, I'm 18, mistress. Wow, really young. But glad to see that you are interested in kink, and hopefully this is a safe space for you to explore that. Shisato says, asking how much sessions are. You have to go to my website, dominamara.com, and RSVP after reading my website, and that will dictate how much sessions are. I don't have the flat rate for everyone. It starts at a certain price and then it goes up from there depending on what you know, your interests are. Tommy's asking, so if I'm 22, it's okay for a session? Have you already had men of that age for sessions? Yes, and yes. Tom Smith says, hello, my Quen. Nelson says, you are so welcome, Miss Mara, and that's awesome. Yeah. Okay, for all of you guys who are demanding me for my feet, you will just be ignored unless you send a super chat or super sticker of $5 to $10 minimum. And if it gets really annoying for all of my other, you know, loyal followers, I may put you in timeout, so be aware. That is how I run my live streams. Dustin says hello again. Hello. Flip Flop says, can I be part of your shoe shelf members? Yes. If you go to my $ and you click join and you join my Mara Hegao tier, that tier actually has exclusive foot and leg and shoe content that I don't post anywhere else. So you can join that. Dustin's asking, so are you a mommy dommy? Yes, I am. If you go to my video that I made about the titles I use, mommy is one of them. Gabby Beck is asking, do I like David Bowie? I do. It's been a while since I've heard his songs, but speaking of Disney, since we kind of were mentioning it earlier with somebody, Moana, Disney's movie Moana has a song called Shiny in there, and actually the writers of the couple that wrote the entire musical listened to David Bowie like on repeat after he passed, and that's how they came up with that song. And it's actually probably my favorite song in that movie, so take a listen. There are other covers that people have done of that song as well. There's one guy who did like a metal version and it was really cool, so I would go seek that out later. Alex is asking, how is my time in Italy? I didn't go to Italy. I went to a Roman-styled architecture villa here in Malibu, California. And if you look at my, how do you call it? I guess travel tours playlist on my channel, you will see it's like a museum that somebody built. So, inspired by Pompeii, which is pretty cool. Da Vinci Roma gives me 3 kissy heart faces. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Back to you. Blair is asking, could you check my Twitter message when you have a chance? I don't do DMs. If you would like to book time with me, including texting or phone call, you can do that through my website, dominamara.com. Graham says, many happy returns once again, ma'am. Have a lovely weekend. I'm off to bed. Bed emoji, smiley face emoji, red heart emoji. Thank you, Graham, for stopping by. And Tommy is asking, how long have you been a professional dom? If you if you look on my page, my channel page, and go to videos, I have an anniversary video that I posted last week, and it tells you the years that I've been, because that's literally the title. So Alex says, oh damn, I just saw the Insta stories. Laughing face, my bad. Do you not watch my other videos? That I post and work so hard on the YouTubes? But yeah, Matthew's asking, you doing any more feet videos on here? Yes, but it's kind of gonna be like incorporated with other things. So stay tuned. If you're subscribed and you turn on notifications, you'll definitely get like the email and the title of my videos, and you can see when I post the next ones. Flip Flop says, I watched them all. Good. If you like any of them, you can give me a super thanks by clicking the dollar sign and the heart and sending me something there, which is pretty cool. Tommy is asking, what is the body man's part you prefer? You mean what part of a man's body do I prefer? His booty? I mean, that's obviously very, very appealing because, you know, it's great for but actually I really like, I have to like a person's face. If it's a personal preference, like I need to like your face. Usually I look at the eyes and how proportionate everything is. Jawline's important to me. So is, you know, height, hands, you know, back shape, like the triangle shape is important to me. And this is secondary to personality, by the way, because I can be blindfolded and definitely, you know, fall in love with somebody through their personality. And then, you know, secondary, of course, if I'm choosing them as a partner, or like whether that's for play or for, you know, personal relations, looks does have a big impact, of course. But it's the mix of the two, as usual. Alex says, of course I binge everything, goddess. Winky face. I meant to say I just saw the Italy Insta stories and thought, why the hell is she suddenly in Europe? I mean, I was planning on like going there soon, but I have to check flights. I have to check to see what's open, and it would be for like later in the year, because I'm going to Hawaii next month, and I'm gonna see how that goes because I haven't gone there since literally right before the pandemic hit. So But I'm going again because I have an epic trip planned. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Marcus says, hi from England. Hello. Or, do you guys even say Cheerio anymore, or is that kind of like a dated thing? Because I really like that. I like that term. Cheerio. It's such a cute kind of greeting that is very tailored towards the UK, and no one else, you know, kind of has that. Everybody has their own, every country has their own like style of greeting. Speaking of Italy, I had a lot of Italian friends actually in university, and like one of them was like this really loud artist who had really curly hair and always wore trench coats, and she would always like greet everyone by their name, and then every time she would say anything, she'd be like, va bene, which is really fun. I love that. Alex says, so which height is perfect? Smiling face. You know, I think it's very relative, and I think I'm 5'4", so for me, and we don't use the metric. I don't even know what this is in metric. Let me see. So I'm about 162.5 centimeters. So I would think that a person who is, let's see, between 6 to 6'3" is probably my limit, because they'll still be taller than me, like with like stiletto heels on. So 6, that's like 190.5 centimeters is probably the limit. But yeah. Tommy says, interesting question. Thank you, Mistress Mara. You mean interesting answer? Matthew says, love your pedicure video. Thanks. I'm also accepting customs. So if you want to see me do a pedicure video with a certain color, I can do that and put that on my channel. Ajmal says, ma'am, I'm from Kerala. I don't know where that is. Ooh, it's a state on India's tropical Malabar coast with Arabian Sea shoreline. Very nice. Ooh, it's very green, very jungly. I love it. I would be wearing the tropical 2-piece set that I just posted in today's haul that you guys should watch. Alex says, at the moment, it really depends on which country. The rules in terms of COVID are super differential in European countries. Yeah, I would do my research. So I always do my research, as you guys should. Marcus says, cheerio, I say. I say it here to say bye to people, so you are right. Oh, nice. I love that. I like greeting people in different languages and dialects. Like I think if I had to say that there was one thing that I was decent at, it would be greeting people in different languages. So, simple hellos, or goodbyes, or see you laters. Alex says, okay, so I guess 6'7" is out of the race. Goddamn, winky face. I mean, I'm not going to say hard no. It's just that that's just so tall. You're like a little tree. I mean, it's kind of really cool if you carried me everywhere, because you'd be like my personal, like, human rickshaw. Because you're tall enough. I mean, I would be able to see great. Can you imagine if I was like on your shoulder, or if you were, you know, piggyback carrying me? I would be able to see so many things that I wouldn't normally be able to see. I actually know somebody who's like 6'7" or 7 foot, and we call him Tall T because he could have been he probably could have been a professional basketball player. He has Scandinavian blood, so that makes sense and why he's so tall. I think he's Swedish. His mother's side is from Sweden, so. Marcus says, I'm 5'10", lol. I mean, 5'10's a good height. It's just, for me, and what I prefer, because when I wear my stiletto heels that are 6 inches off the ground, I'm already 5'9", 5'10". So it would be nice for a male to be, you know, taller than that by a few inches. Alex says, you can grow into it. I'll definitely be on top of it in more than one way. Matthew's asking, how much is the foot washing video? You'd need to email me that via my email, mara@dominamara.org. Let's see. Alex says, insert quote, so you're telling me there is a chance. Quote meme. You guys should be making, okay, for those of you who watch my meme videos and who actually really like memes, you guys should like make meme, like, you know, funny memes of photos that or like screenshot something on my channel that you like. Make it flattering, please, and just like make your own memes out of that. I'll post them on my timeline, on my feed, my community tab, because I think it'll be hilarious. Alex says, but don't be afraid of heights. It's tough up there, it's tough up here. I'm not afraid of heights. Actually, skydiving is on my bucket list, so that'll be fun. But yeah. Nardinko? I'm gonna pronounce it Nardinko. Says, is it weird that you kind of remind me of Mike Shinoda, lol? Like, as in looks, because I don't think I look like him, but that's kind of flattering. I listened to him for a really long time when he did like the Linkin Park project. Like I still have the CDs, like the reanimated or reanimation or whatever, reanimated one was like on repeat forever in high school. Or was it, yeah, was I in high school? Yeah, I think so. It's been a while. He's super talented, so that's compliment. Matthew's asking, you barefoot now? Yes, I said that 3 times. While you were here. Marcus says, we say hey up here to say hello to people from the region. I'm from England, haha. In England? A very local dialect, independent to the rest of the country. Grinning face. Hey up. I feel like the verb is missing there. I guess because hello is a greeting, up is like a direction. That sounds so strange to me. Not in a bad way, it's just like, where's the what's up part? So, yeah. Samba says, hello, Miss Mara, hello. Alex says, I mean, 6'7" as a dude is nice in general, but it's not that awesome all the time. You're just too tall for the rest of the world. Open mouth, smiling face. Yeah, because like, when you travel, if you travel, do you have to go to business class or first class regardless of how short or long distance the ride is because of legroom? Like, do you have to invest in like seating that is more catered towards your height? Because otherwise, like, I've traveled with my pup before. He's 6'3", and like economy for him is very, very, very short. Economy plus is like it's bearable, but like business class and first class would be the way to go because you have, you know, extra feet of room. Flip Flop says, no, she has me on now. Grinning face. Are you talking about because you're flip-flops? That's cute. Da Vinci Roma says, love you, Miss Mara. Wait. Oh my gosh. Here, I got leashes for you. But yeah. And let's see. Alex says, flying is terrible. My legs are freaking long and the normal seats are just too small. You got to have the inner seat so I can spread the legs out. Problem is that the stewardess just breaks them. Yeah, when she's passing by with the cart. I totally feel you on that because I usually like have my elbows on the rests like this. And like, I swear when I'm sleeping, I'm like, you know, I'm comfortable. So I like lean into it and they literally like go by and knock you over sometimes without looking. I'm like, my goodness, that's like a limb. Those are expensive. But yeah, you know, that's another thing. Like, if I ever sit next to somebody, say it's a short flight and I do sit next to somebody and they're a male who likes to spread their legs, I really dislike it when they come over to my side because where my seat ends and where the seat ends in front of me is like my area, right? And so when they're spreading like that, if they're not tall and they don't have the means to like be reasonable, I say something. I'm just like, excuse me. Da Vinci Roma has 2 red hearts and 2 heart-kissing faces. Alex says, with their food thingy. Yeah, totally. Smiling, laughing face. Antonia says, hello, Goddess Mara. Happy hump day to you. Happy hump day to everyone on my stream. Tommy says, do you always wear heels during a session? Yes, I do. Unless it's requested by my sub or, you know, Kinkster that I wear like gym shoes because I have a lot of, you know, foot worshipers, and sometimes they really like the scent of me walking around. Sometimes it's leather boots, like combat boots that I have really worn in, or to wear, if they want me to wear socks also, we play with that. So my default is heels, but to, you know, cater towards people who have certain interests, you know, I wear other things as well. Alex says, exactly, and such things as sleeping doesn't happen while I'm flying. Just too uncomfortable. Oh man. You gotta make that money to get your own plane. Then you can fly to me whenever you want, and you can fly me wherever you want me to go, and wherever I want to go. Matthew says, or can you do the foot washing video on here? Yeah, I can do pedicure or foot washing videos, no problem, as long as it's, you know, meets the custom clip order rate. Antonia says, this is my second time joining your live stream chat. Yay! Yeah, I'm really glad that you guys have shown up, actually. I was scared that no one was going to because it's still kind of work hours. Some people are working from home, so that's okay. Some people are on the East Coast here in the US, so that's okay. Some people are in Europe, as many of you are, so that's also all well and good. It seems like it's a good time frame. Honestly, this is this time frame that I would have live streamed on Sunday, but I was busy whining and dining with a couple of friends. Nardinko says, ote ote. Karma says, hello goddess, I want to, I don't know what that means. It looks like you were gonna say section, but I'm not sure. Alex says, I think a 3-hour economy class flight is more torture than a 1-hour session. I don't know, you haven't been in a session with me yet, and if you are into pain, or if you like to see how far you can push it, I'm pretty sure I can make that worse and make you love economy class flights. We can even do a role play of being on a plane, or I can be a flight attendant and just, you know, box you in if you're into that, and bondage. Tommy is asking, what is exactly hump day? I don't know, I am French. Oh, hump day is literally, it's Wednesday. It's another term that we call it for Wednesday because it's literally in the middle of the week, right? So it's like you're getting over the hump of the week. Nardinko says, I join all your streams. Yay! You get ropes because you get roped in. All right. Like I said, everyone, I need one more member on my Maraemojis or Mara Hegao tier, and I can upload one more Maraemoji. And I have the next one. Actually, the next person who becomes a member gets to choose out of the ones that I've designed which Maraemoji I upload. All right. Tommy's asking, is the sub always demanded to be nude by you during a session, mistress? Actually, no. They wait for me to order if I want them to have their clothing off or not. And usually I'm the one who takes off their clothing. Sometimes. Because I make it like a little game. Nardinko says, I love Mike Shinoda. You have kind of the same accent. Huh. And the same smile. Really? I don't know if I've heard him speak outside of like rapping in his songs and like singing. Smile, huh? Smile. I don't know. I think my smile's wider. But I guess I can see what you mean. He's got nice teeth though, so that's good. We both have good teeth. Antonia's asking, how was my birthday? Good. I'm only halfway there because my birthday was on the 12th and I'm going to be celebrating all the way until the into the weekend, into next week. So it's not over yet. And if you are on my TikTok, I'm going to be sharing lots of TikToks to recap. Marcus says, I know it's a strange greeting, haha. By the way, it's my first live watching you, and I must applaud you for answering all the comments. Red rose emoji. Oh, yay! I tried to this is what the live streams are for. I try to be very engaging and try to answer questions, especially if you're new and you don't know much about me. And if there are videos that I've already done that can, give more of a well-rounded answer, an in-depth answer, then I'll definitely reference those. So, but I try. Alex says roleplay is cool, but a leg-breaking stewardess, I don't know about that. No, I said bondage. But also in a slightly claustrophobic way. Samba says, out of all the things you have been asked in a session, what is the one thing you absolutely refuse to do? If it's an inappropriate question, then sorry, I just heard of some bizarre stuff. I have hard limits. The list is very small, but you can see that on dominamara.org, and one of them is brown. I don't like doing that, and I don't do it live. I just don't. It's not my thing. Tivit says, hello, I'm Steven. Where does Tivit come from then? Karma says, goddess, please give a real session. You've got to book that. Antonio says, anybody treated you out on your birthday? Yes. My pup did the day before my birthday, Andy last night, and then over the weekend on Sunday, I went out with a couple of friends. And we actually went to a strip club afterwards. I obviously couldn't post that online, but that was fun. It was very interesting. I've never been to that one before, and it was very there was a type of girl there and types of guys that went there. But I tipped the dancers, of course, because you gotta tip some dancers. Especially if you're going in there. Tivit says, I love curvy girls like you. Thanks. That's from my Filipino side. Marcus says, I'm drinking red wine now myself, and I'm away on holiday. Also, not vacation like you say. Grinning face. Yeah, I actually like saying holiday more as well, just because it sounds more elegant and I don't know. I guess it's a little confusing in the US because we use holidays for the season greetings, Christmas time, or whatever you celebrate. So, but you do the same thing. The act of going on a holiday is literally taking a break and spending time as you wish or with family. Shan says, I wish I'll get teased by you, goddess. So do many, many others. Alex says, I can see it, Miss Mara. Featuring Mike Shinoda, #1 worldwide. That would be a sick collab, by the way. Mike Shinoda, if you ever watch this, or if anybody who knows you references this live stream in the future, down to collaborate. Nardinko says, I may not make sense, haha, but I see a resemblance. I love both of y'all, and that's what's important. I mean, I totally get it. Like, some people, like, see the essence in somebody else. I totally understand. Like, one time when I was in Italy, actually, speaking of Italy, and I was in Venice on the boat ride, I'm pretty sure the guy was, like, you know, trying to be interesting and, like, whatever, but he said I had, like, some resemblance with Angelina Jolie, obviously not necessarily in looks, but maybe as how I acted or how I was dressed that day, or maybe like all of that put together. So I was like, that's a very high compliment. Thank you, sir. He said it multiple times too, which is like, okay. I don't know if he calls everybody that, but there were 3 other women on the boat as well. And yeah, they did not get called that. Antonio says, I followed you on Instagram now. Good to hear you'll be celebrating your birthday for the rest of your month. Yeah! Well, at least until Leo season's done. Because Leo's end on the 22nd. That's the last day, I believe. Those of you who want to follow me on Instagram, I am at Maradomina. Actually, I'm Maradomina on TikTok and Twitter as well. Samba says, Miss Mara, I'm so glad you refused that one, lol. To each their own, but I've never understood that one. I'm English, so I'll never use the word vacation. Yeah, I mean, that's a typical word that everybody uses here, especially if you're in a 9-to-5 job, or actually no, even on my 9-to-5, when I was like on my last few years, like people would use out of office. So they wouldn't even use vacation. They would use OOO, and that would be the term for out of office, which I liked because you literally just go like this and it's done. Everybody understood what that meant. Karma says, Goddess, please come to India. One day I will. I definitely want to visit the Taj Mahal and a bunch of other places, but it'll be sometime now because I have other countries that are taking priority. Tommy says, do you have regular clients? Generally, clients come only once to a session, or do you have clients who come back to other sessions? It's about 50-50. I have returning clients, especially because I also tour all around the US, and I started touring internationally before the pandemic happened. And when I tour, I do see regulars in other cities as well. So not just in, Los Angeles where I'm based, or in San Francisco where I go to very often because I have family there. But yeah. Antonio says, I did check out the video you posted back several months ago of you in black latex catsuit outfit doing yoga. I enjoyed it. It was a non-latex catsuit actually, but yes, looks very much like it. So I'm glad you got your fix there. Sambo says, yes, Angelina would make an awesome Dom as well. She was in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Tommy is asking, what do you like most in sessions? Submission, pain, or humiliation? Honestly, true submission. Because a lot of people say they are submissive and they're not. Most likely, they're not actually. Probably only 30%, maybe even less, are actual submissives. And then out of that percentage, even fewer likes pain, or they tolerate it because I'm into giving it. But I get asked for humiliation, or requested for humiliation, more than pain. So it all overlaps like a Venn diagram. I'm a sadist too. So if you look at my, titles that I go by, sadist should be one of them, but that's more of a style of play and my personality than, something that I like to be called. So Marcus says, you've been to Italy. I went to Rome myself. Beautiful city. Yes, when I went twice. Once it was when I was visiting Spain and Portugal, and another time it was when I was visiting, and Monaco. But I wasn't old enough to gamble, I don't think, so I couldn't go into the casinos and see how it was inside. But the second time I went to Italy, I went to... Where did I go first? Okay, I went to Florence, Venice, Rome, and Milan. I don't know if that's the right order. No, maybe it was Rome, Florence, Venice, Milan. That was the order. Alex says, I like the Asian American, if that makes sense, women. Kind of makes a great look without the introverted Asian lifestyle. I'm gonna say something about that. It's not about... I see what you're saying. What you're saying is Asian Americans are a little bit more forward with how they speak and everything because they're American. However, the introverted Asian lifestyle, that's not necessarily... Like, I know Asian Americans who are introverted. I think what you're trying to say is that they have a more, like, subdued characteristic towards them because of, like, traditional Asian customs where they're being respectful and it's still a very patriarchal continent. So I feel like that's kind of what you're going for. But in reality, Asian Americans all have different types of personalities and the way they carry themselves and deliver themselves. If you watch my, chatting and drinking with Subgirl K, she's also an Asian American, I believe. And if not, she's lived here for a very, 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 very long time. So she's pretty much American. And she's submissive in kink. And I don't know if you would call her introverted, but she does have more of like a poised demeanor, and that could be misconstrued as, introverted or submissive, but she is submissive, so it really depends. Sambo says, Miss Mara, do you not feel most people who say they are submissives are more fetishist? Yes, I do. I do feel that way, 100%. And the key word in there is most. Marcus says, I'm not too bad with my American accents. Are you from California? Yes, I am. Born and raised, kind of. I did live abroad for a few years as well. And my parents are... I'm the first generation that was born here in the US. Alex says, I think especially when it comes to pain, a lot of people overestimate their tolerance. They watch clips and think, I would do better than this dude there. Laughing smiley face. I agree completely. And it's the same thing where it's like if people watch Prawn and they think, oh yeah, it's all gonna be like that. That's a fantasy that's happening. It's a performance. But what I do is not performance. Like, it's the real thing. So I think that's why I tell people not to have expectation when they book, because it's good to be exposed to things online and to have an idea of what you kind of want, but not to expect exactly that. Because first of all, if the person that you're seeing has a different style and you didn't do your research, you're not going to get that. Secondly, if you have this set image in your mind and you're in session and that it's not going that same exact way, you're going to be disappointed. And you're going to think poorly of the person, even if they are well trained and a good top or dom, because you're going to be taken out of the session in your mind being like, this isn't what I expected, or this isn't what I thought of. In reality, well, exactly, that's what you thought of. That is not what you put in charge, the person who is in charge had in mind. So you can't do that. So, my 2 cents. Tommy says, so you would have, so could you have regular clients in France if you're going to come regularly to Europe? Yes, I could. Antonio says, it was really good to chat with you, my friend. Oh, I didn't know we were friends. I want to chat with you longer, but I've got to do stuff now. You have a blessed one, my friend. I hope you hope to join the next chat and YouTube live stream if you get to do one if I get to do one next Sunday. Take care, goddess. Love you. Thanks for stopping by, Antonio. See you later. ACL says, hello there. Hello. Tommy says, for the word femdom, in your point of view, is it only for the pleasure and the games, or do you really think women are over men in life? I think it's real. Obviously, I do. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. Like, of course it's, for, pleasure and games too, but it's a whole lifestyle. Like, do you think that people would be able to do this for years and years and years if they hated it, or if they only thought that it was just, a game? Probably, yeah, actually, because there's money involved, but I think I would burn out, and that's kind of why I haven't yet, so. Liam says, coming in with a good question, what time of day is best to be dom to people? Well, I've been conditioned to get up very early. Not that I'd like to, but I'm ready to go the moment I wake up, which is 7 a.m. usually. And then, nighttime, depending on what time, I start getting tired because I get up early. So anything past midnight is probably not good for me, because I would just be out of it and be done for the day. Nardinko's asking your opinion on face sitting. I love it. It's a form of breath play and I am totally for it. I've done it. You can see past playtime with other people on iwantmara.com. Alex says, from morning to middle of the night, of course, winky face. No, middle of the night, I'll be sleeping. Although, if I had a live-in servant, I totally would be dominant until the end, because I would literally just tell them to do everything for me. I would tell them to get the lights, start my shower, bring me water, to have at my bedside. Liam says, well, I mean, at 12 at night, then you can don them with the ghost at ghost hour. That's like kind of hearkening back to, what was that? A Christmas Carol, which I've read in its entirety on my channel. If you guys are in the mood for Christmas in the summer, it's no longer July, but some people start loving Christmas around summertime for some reason. Marcus says, I'm very much enjoying your live. You conduct yourself extremely professionally, very well spoken, and you are intelligent. I will try to participate in more of your lives in the coming future. Why, thank you. And I hope you do as well. Sometimes like, if I am traveling, like I will be this Sunday, sometimes I try to pop in anyway, even if it's just for half an hour so that you can see where I am and, you know, to say hi. But it's ones like these where I am able to actually converse with you guys and like answer important questions and everything. So yeah, come back. And Matthew's asking, what color are my toenails? They're nude. I have not painted my toenails or my fingernails any colors the entire pandemic. So they're actually fairly healthy, which is nice. Although they do chip often after I session, so I play rough. Tommy is asking, so why exactly do you think we are under you? Because we don't give birth, for example? And I didn't understand what you meant with the burnout. You meant sessions are a revenge you take over men? No, not at all. Never once did I say they're revenge. I'm talking about burning out as being like exhausted. Like if I didn't think that this lifestyle was a real thing and I don't make it real for myself, then I would become exhausted with pretending that it is real or pretending that it is for pleasure or for games. And that tiredness would just make me quit. But obviously that hasn't happened yet. And it probably won't because I love it too much. And I will only play with people that I connect with. But to answer your first question, why do I, think that men are under me? It's because they're weak. Most men are weak. And if they aren't, they willingly give and submit to me as a higher person because they see my power. Doesn't have anything to do with birth. Giving birth only intensifies a woman's innate, power in her body. Like, we can, tolerate a lot of pain physically and emotionally. Men cannot. And that sometimes they need a woman to lead them through those things because they've never been able to do that with themselves before. Which is why they see it almost like a therapy, because no one's ever given them the permission or the safe space in order to do that. Alex says, breath play is really just the most awesome and intense session play. Love it as well. You like the control you have, or you just like to see the sub struggle? Both. Isn't that the same thing? I control how they struggle. Matthew says, nude nails look better. Depends on what the context is. Tommy says, I understand more. Thank you for your answer. You're welcome. Liam says, do you do stuff with chakras, like disable their chakras as a punishment? Not that I believe in chakras, but well, it's an interesting concept. So I do hypnosis, and through hypnosis, I go through actual chakras, and I also go through the spiritual realm. I play with that a lot because it's a lot of energy work. So, I mean, you have to be willing to be put under, otherwise it won't work. And we've already had that conversation about hypnosis, so yeah. Ricky, I do not answer questions like those on my chat, so I'm removing those questions for now, and you've received a verbal warning. Tommy says, I agree with you. Women have a power on us, and we are weak in front of you. Your sessions prove it. Indeed. Alex says, but it's still different when you're a sub in your normal life or when you are a person that's rather dominant in normal life and just enjoys the session when you're a sub for one time. So, okay, I talk about this in my interviews. You need to watch my interviews from beginning to end. You can watch it on my channel page. It's under a playlist called Interviewing Mara. And I talk about how I have a lot of dominant cis men coming to me who are executives, business partners, like very high-end jobs, but because they have that job and that personality all day, every day, they just want to relinquish that responsibility to somebody else. And what better way to do it than to a woman? So, Liam's asking, do you do mental attacks when doming then? No, I don't think those are very safe, nor do I think I think that will cause more trauma and more harm than anything else. If I were to command someone to do something, I would have them do it to themselves. Like, I've had somebody like spank their own butt before. So technically that's mental, and that is a form of attack, but you know, they didn't remember it when they woke up, and they were like, when they became aware, they were like, why does my butt sting? Marcus says, I'm perplexed as much as you are regarding that birth comment. Laughing, smiling face. I mean, to a certain extent, it's valid because men can't give birth, there's a lot of things that they struggle with emotionally, spiritually, physically, that I feel like women, you know, have aces in. You know, women have menstrual cycles every month, and if they're not giving birth, they are in pain every month to remind them that they can personally give birth. And as a person who doesn't want to give birth to any children, I find it extremely, like, man, it's one of the wonders that I have to deal with, because I am not a masochist, and I also I'm not going to do anything with any of these eggs, so, but I still have to go through this cycle every month for many years of my life. And that, you know, it's kind of training. It's physically training me to be stronger, tougher, to tolerate things more even though I don't want to, because I have no control over it. But yeah. Liam says, but you use hypnosis, and if you are a sadist, would be considered dark. So you're a psychic dark type, which is pretty powerful. I like to consider myself a light type, because I feel like I do more healing than I do, you know, include darker things. So, but I had the versatility to do both. And I've been in sessions where it's proven to have been accomplished on both sides. Tommy says, does it happen to men who come to you to a session to fall in love with you after the session because the session might be so intense, the exchange might happen? How to do for it not to happen? So I have a very strong line of leaving my work professionally. I have never gone home with any, you know, client or sub or whoever. And if I have, it's because they're already separated. I've had people fall in love with me, but I never reciprocated that. I was always kind, you know, generous with time, and, you know, understanding that they, you know, had a love for me, but then it becomes something like adoration and admiring, and there's like a quasi friendship that kind of happens, but it's not, because they are still, you know, my sub, my kinkster, my fetishist, whatever you want to call it. So usually time wanes it off if they continue to see me. Ricky says, don't warn me, I beg you. You are my favorite dominant. I'm warning you out of kindness because I have put people into timeout before for being weird on the chat, and there's other people who are here to be here seriously, and so I have to respect their time as well. And you have to respect them being here as well. Liam says, wait, I was talking about Pokemon. If you want light, you need to go to Yu-Gi-Oh. What? Do you do aftercare? Liam, you're all over the place today. And how is Pokemon not light? The only dark part of Pokemon is if, like, you use the Pokemon in a cruel and unusual way, like, you know, Team Rocket did, or like other bad guys did. I do aftercare to people who request it, especially if it's like an ABDL thing, or, you know, I do cool down the session every time. But as for actual aftercare, where it's like some people want head pets or like snacks or a blanket, or for me to, you know, cuddle them, then that's kind of separate, and, you know, people usually request that. Most people don't need it. Alex says there's no place for a thing called love in the dark world of Miss Mara. I mean, there's different kinds of love. There's like 7 or 9 different kinds of love. You can love my personality. You can love me as a person, but not in a romantic way. You can adore me or love my body and the way it's shaped, or the way that I carry it, or the way that I dress in certain outfits or something. So there's different things that you can love. You can love me as a spokesperson for, you know, female dominance, all this stuff. Like, there's different things. I think that's all equally valid. Marcus says, I concur, Alex. I do not concur. For romantic relationships, it's not that I'm opposed to it. It's more like I haven't found anybody to reciprocate that with. So it's not like that it's impossible. I know plenty of mistresses who have actually married submissives that have come to them as a client first, you know, and some mistresses who have special relationships with their subs, but I haven't found that yet. So Tommy says, sorry for my English, which is not perfect. I'm French and not bilingual. You're pretty good at it. There's no problem. I just have to read it ahead of time in order for it to make sense, I suppose. And the reason why I read some of these statements out first is because I have people who rewatch my live stream later and they're doing something else. So they're like working and they listen to my live stream like a audiobook or a podcast later. And they don't have to have my face up there unless they want to while they're working. Liam says, damn, I wasn't being fully serious. Am I in trouble? Well, light type doesn't exist in Pokemon. Also, the super dark stuff in Pokemon, but it's mostly, if you think about it much, and their origin. I see. Alex says you're being You're typing fluid English, so yes, you are bilingual. Yeah, I think, Tommy, you can pass for bilingual. Liam says French. Baguettes, delicious. Alex says, unless you have the perfect height of 6'3". I mean, I think 6'1" to 6'3" is good. 6 foot to 6'3". Liam says, do you like doming certain people, like way taller than you, or smug or brat-like? It doesn't matter. When I'm in my dom mode, it doesn't matter what height they are. The height matters if I'm seeking, partnership or something. And it's not that high up on the list. I mean, it's important, but it's not like top 3. Tommy says, thanks for the compliments in the chat. Americans are nice. Alex says, Germans as well, buddy. Yes, Alex is German. All right, everyone, I have to head out for dinner with some girl Kay. I can shoot a story with us together, but yes, I have to head out. Thank you so much for joining. If you like this chat, give it a thumbs up, share it so that other people can view it in a later time. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you know when I am online next or when I post new videos. And Liam says, well, for me, I prefer to be dominated, but also be physically scarred. Like if someone would tower over me, it's the best. Oh, scared, not scarred. Liam says, Miss Mara, we got you. We're gonna find you that 6'3" dream dude. I have a pup. I'm very happy with him. Marcus says, do you have any fetishes yourself, if you don't mind me asking? Watch my interviews. I have a playlist that says interviewing Mara, and I answer all those questions there. Tommy says, so the whole world is under Miss Mara's feet. Little by little. Matthew says, last question, are you feet sweaty today? Yes, they are, actually, because it's warm. Liam says, have a nice dinner. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alex says, bye-bye and have a great night. It was a nice chat. So long, everyone, and until next time. Mwah.